Livon Serum, the evening show at 6.
Powered by RUSLAN 100% Pure Music. In association with Sping's Perfumed Deo for the Active You.
Livon Serum, the evening show at 6.
Welcome to the Livon Evening Show at 6. We come to you every day 6 to 7 अनि 6 देखि 7 बजेको यो टाइममा हामी तपाईको एन्टरटेनमेन्टको इन्फर्मेसनको यो डोज डबल चाहिँ गर्छौं. Whenever it's Friday, I say it's my day because I try to bring you different guests from different parts of the world, from music or entertainment or entrepreneurs or startups or business or anything. And among them, I have a very special guest with me today. US बाट आउनु भएको छ यहाँ नेपालमा अनि उहाँले चाहिँ एकदमै ठुलो एउटा इभेन्ट गरिसक्नु भएको छ which was a huge success, and we are glad to be a part of it. That was Comic-Con Nepal, and that was like very interesting. And the initiator is here with us today, who is also the CEO of Koro International. So it's glad that I'm welcoming him. So I'd like to welcome Jeffery Kashida. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Well, as an initiator, as I already said, that my first question to you is, although I know, I want you to say to the people who are like watching us, what's the reason that brought you here in Nepal?
Okay. My company in the United States is in the area of manufacturing and merchandising of you know, anime and pop culture contents. Such as you know, manga and anime from Japan, as well as Hollywood's entertainment, including Star Wars, Marvel, DC Comics, and as well as many other video gaming contents. And my company has actually 3 Nepali American staff working for me. And they are so capable and making our company to become very successful in the United States. And from time to time, they talk about Nepal culture. You know, they are so much proud of this country. And I have no idea, about what's going on. But because of them, I have great opportunities to get to know. So as I talk to them, I kind of noticed that there are probably many anime fans in Nepal because of internet, kind of prevailing throughout the nation. These people have immediate access to get the information about anime trends in Japan, as well as movies in the United States and the gaming contents. So I was wondering, what's going on. So about 3 years ago, I came over here and started talking to the people, and all of a sudden I realized, yes, they know what's going on with this, the anime and pop cultural trends, which is going on in the world. So I started doing some research of how people are actually, enjoying this, and. So that was 3 years ago, but earlier this year in January, I realized that there are many otaku, so-called otaku club at the different universities.
Yes.
And these students, they are so active in exchanging their informations, and they enjoy obviously different anime contents. And they had some events in January, and I noticed almost close to 3,000 people, otaku members gathered. So that gave me immediate, kind of decision, to, okay, let's have anime, Comic-Con Nepal. Yeah, that's how it started.
Of course, it started really well. Well, I would love to discuss of how it really was from his perspective as well, but in a short while, that is because we have a musical break for now. Enjoy it, we'll be right back.
Livon Serum, the evening show at 6.
Welcome back to the show. This is the Livon Evening Show at 6 in association with Spings Dio, and we'd like to thank RUSLAN for all the support that you've given us. Well, as we move ahead with the show, हामी Comic Con Nepal के अब review पनि गर्दैछौं how it was as the initiator himself यही हाम्रो शोमा हुनुहुन्छ कसरी स्टार्ट भयो भनेर हामीले सुनि नै सकेका छौं तर स्टार्ट भएको कुरामा अब it has already happened and it was huge, man. It was really huge. So, how do you look at the event when you turn back and feel it?
You know, I was so excited because I saw a cosplay contest, especially people, although they do not have much cosplay materials here, many of them, they created their own cosplay by, handmade. And not only that, their show was even, I thought, was greater than like a famous fashion show, like a Paris collection, right? It's more entertaining because they are enjoying by themselves so much with the music of those anime contents, and they are acting as if they are the character, of those content. So I really enjoyed so much, and we invited the Japanese ambassador, and he just was so surprised and so excited. I never see him, and he was supposed to be there for just a couple of hours, but they stayed until 6 o'clock, and a tremendous surprise to him as well. Okay, so I was very happy. Not only cosplayers themselves to enjoy, but from little kids to very high senior, people come over and they just enjoy it, and that was so refreshing, fresh, experience. And it gave me a lot of inspiration about a new type of probably entertainment, which may be good to let the other rest of the world know about what's going on in Nepal. And I kind of got confidence that maybe we could help Nepal to become, Kathmandu to become a destination, because of this kind of event. That's how, I felt.
I would love to ask, you'd already done a research about how the Nepali market is regarding anime and the craze, and how did you find after the event? So, what was the difference, or?
Yeah, I think Nepal is in a process of developing its economy, and of course the market here and that of the United States is quite different. And in the United States, people, buy such expensive products and so forth. So we cannot just prepare the same kind of products. Yet I see, what should I say, something that can, excite the people here. That's what we are trying to develop, the merchandising for them as well. Okay, and for that, also I kind of noticed that there are many fairy stories, original indigenous kind of contents, which has been in Nepal historically. So I thought maybe, I don't know, for our merchandising or IT development, we can use those Nepali related contents so that probably I can help developing a new artist here, and we'd like to train some people who are very skillful to become a good scripting artist, all of those. So with that passion and excitement I saw, I thought we can develop, something to really opens up, new possibilities. That's how I look at it.
All right. Talking about a broader perspective through Koto International, how has your role been, or how as a CEO you're leading Koto International, and what are the major upcoming thing that we would get it from?
Well, we are always updated with what kind of Hollywood new movies coming up. So usually year and 2 years prior to the release of the movie, we have information of what's going on with, for instance, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, and same as the Japan side, different anime, manga, movies, and so forth. So way ahead, we had to start planning to create our own products. So I cannot say because of licensor is not allowing us to disclose what's coming.
Yeah.
But we are working on this constantly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna work very hard to create something that Nepali people enjoy. Good for the market.
And that we can afford as well.
Yes. Yes.
All right, with this, let's take a musical break. We'll be right back. I have a lot more questions for him and a lot more entertainment and information continued only on the Livon Evening Show at 6.
Livon Serum, the evening show at 6.
Welcome back to the show. As I welcome you back, we do play for this show. There are a few rapid fires that we play. So it's going to be a rapid question that I'm going to ask, and you got to reply me rapidly about it. So it's not, it's a little fun, though it's all related to life and inspiration. How would you define your life?
My life, it's full of confusion.
Why?
But that's at the same time, full of excitement. And I like to see the people with the different walks of life and the culture. That gives me always, new value of life, and inspiration of my life as well. That's, I don't know how, I can put it. But,
all right.
Yeah.
Your best journey here in Nepal, like what has been the best experience that you've got from this journey to Nepal?
The people in Nepal are so friendly, and I constantly feel their minds are so pure and entertaining. And I myself is a Buddhist, in Japan. And I was a little bit curious about how Buddhism came, from Nepal and so forth. And still people are very religious here, have a strong faith. And, but at the same time, I see very deep, what should I say, spiritual value in Nepal. Because when I was a college student, I learned German, philosophy, and my, concentration of my study was Hermann Hesse. He wrote about, novel called Siddhartha, and that has a lot to do with Nepal and India.
Of course,
okay?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was very much curious about philosophical aspects of, about my study. And I realized that this Nepal has kind of place where Christianity and Buddhism and Hinduism, as well as Muslim religions are, kind of mixed up in a way. So that's makes me feel very excited to see.
Very tolerant and
how it happens, and that stimulates me to really find out more, about Nepal,
All right. To start up everything, what was your motivation? What's been the motivation of your life?
What's my motivation for my life? That was, my motivation was just when I was in Japan. I went to United States as a student, and I was curious to be international public servant. So after I finished my graduate school, I started doing interns at the United Nations, and but I immediately realized it was not much fun. More lively actions are in the business areas.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. And at that time, I don't know anything about business as well.
Okay.
But I went through market researcher as cosmetic products and the personal care products first. And I went through cosmetics, toothpaste, all of those research first. And then after that, I had a chance to become, involved in the construction business.
Oh.
Okay, so in New York City, the company I worked for was elevator installation companies. And of course, I had no knowledge about engineering, but for about years, I was able to learn a lot from construction industries. And then after that, in Japan, there was a big economic booming, and some people came over to New York, and this guy was owner of a tofu company. So he wanted to create a tofu factory in New York. So that's how I started creating a tofu factory in New York.
Oh.
But to make tofu, I had to train American workers. So I brought them to Japan for 1 year to train them how to make tofu. They have to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, and so forth. So I brought them back, and then today the factory I created is still making 30,000 tofu every day.
Oh,
And
wow.
they are doing very well. And after tofu, so many, small companies in Japan wants to come to the United States. So I opened a consulting firm to help them to start up, business in the United States. So I went through so many different industry across, and I ended up with this toy, pop culture, business now. So I don't know who I am actually, but I can tell throughout any industry, the dynamics of entrepreneur, startup companies, management, and I like that passion and enthusiasm. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really nice. Well, that's interesting. If I would ask you, you've worked in so many different business and have so much of experience within. If not the CEO of Kodo International, where do you think you'd be today?
I don't know. I may be becoming a teacher,
Oh, teacher.
because I'm very interested in education of especially youngsters. And today, if you look at around the world, there are so many youngsters who are not given a chance to get the education. So I want to create a school where those, unfortunate poor people, especially those youngsters, be given good educational opportunities to become successful in the future. So this time, in this coming December, there is a Delhi Comic-Con.
Oh.
So I started talking to United Nations Information Center, try to do help what they call SDGs project, that's Sustainable Development Goals, right?
Yeah.
So first I was not sure how I could do something together with them, but probably, I don't know, out of maybe profits we make by selling our products, I'd like to contribute some of them to create, for instance, some drinking water fountain once a year, somewhere, right? Or to give mobile library to some countries where those kids have no chance to read the books, all of those. Or through this Comic-Con experience, I feel so many ladies are very passionate about doing cosplay and so forth. So I'd like to create something good for those ladies, around the world.
All right, that's really nice. Well, it's so many things within you that if the conversation goes on, I'll get to know a lot more. But for now, we gotta take a musical break. I'm gonna catch you at the other side.
Livon-The, the evening show at 6.
Welcome back to the show again. This is the Livon Evening Show at 6 in association with Spings Dio, and I'm in conversation with Jeffery Kashida. And it's fun because we're talking about Comic-Con, which was a huge success. Congratulations to the entire Team Zero Star as well, because it's been such a wonderful initiative here in Nepal.
Thank you.
Well, as I ask you, what are your other future plans here in Nepal now? What do you think?
Okay, so through this Comic-Con experience, I see the people in Nepal are looking for new experience of entertainment. So I'd like to bring more artists from Japan or from the United States, and try to maybe plan to have some not the Comic-Con like huge one, but maybe every 3 months or 4 months, some kind of events, so that we can continuously present such opportunities to people in Nepal, and that's one thing. And I'm thinking of deploying some manga cafe. Okay, the cafe where those anime fans can come and as a forum, to exchange their information and enjoy their communications as well. And I'd like to bring many those anime-related books, and they can always come over, enjoy, the cafe and the reading books and so forth. And yeah, that's what I'm planning right now.
All right. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We really look forward to have a great experience here in Nepal, and it's going to be a really good initiative for all the anime fans who are here, because I guess they're very much interested. Right. And what are the other forms so that we, as a Nepalese culture, Nepalese tradition, could also go across the globe? Do you have any thought regarding it?
The other day I was talking about kind of fairy story or a scary story in Nepal. And some guy in my office talks about, I don't know, the ghost called, I forgot the name of the ghost.
Name of the ghost?
Yeah, Kiskandi.
Oh.
yeah. And I heard a story, but could be, that could be good animation, type of properties,
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of scary story, but that's one example. Some other people talk about different stories which I forgot, but I'd like to read all of those indigenous, stories, fairy tales, and try to, shed the lights so that people around the world can tell as a form of entertainment. I have to give a thought, how I can cook, and edit, and become entertainment, kind of presentation and a value. Yeah. And I really want to make Kathmandu to be a destination, so that once they hear something like Comic-Con Nepal, everywhere in the world wants to come, participate. That kind of, I have a dream right now.
Wow, that's really nice. Well, Jeff, it was really good conversation with you.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting.
Thank you. It was really a pleasure to have you.
Okay.
All right, with that conversation, it's time I, Presca, take a leave as well from the Livon Evening Show at 6. I'm going to catch you at the other side with a lot more shows, a lot more fun. Until then, bye-bye, take care, adios.
Livon-The, the evening show at 6.
Powered by
RUSLAN 100% pure music. In association with Sping's perfumed deo for the active you.
Livon Serum, the evening show at 6.